All right, everyone, we have Ali Watt here. Ali, just want to get your initial thoughts on the game and how do you think the team played?
Overall, we dominated the game, but we just didn't get results we wanted. It's a very disappointing result, but we still will take away the good, and then we'll learn from the bad and go on to the next game.
Awesome.
Yeah, just having 20 shots, getting a lot of different chances at goal. What did you kind of see just offensively that wasn't necessarily being able to find the back of the net?
We were just missing the ball by inches. I can even recall some of the back post runs I should have been making, and just the tap in off that crossbar. So it's just we were missing the game by inches, or we were doing really well on the press and getting the transition. We just weren't finishing those opportunities. Like you said, 20 shots. We were really attacking, but just weren't getting the results we needed.
Just with the defense that Washington was playing, obviously with their goalkeeper, Aubrey Kingsbury, playing a little bit higher of a line, stopping those balls over top. How much did that kind of affect the transition game for you guys?
They were just really good defensive transitions on their part. They have some really quality center backs as well that were closing down. So yeah, they played hard on defense, but we still created a lot of chances. But yeah, they performed well, but we were dominating. So I think we just really need to finish those chances we made.
Just take me back to that chance you had on the back post off the Banda header that hit the crossbar.
I just remember because I've been trying to make sure I just been in on easy tap-ins or easy tap-ins, but yeah, I was just focusing on so hard to making sure I didn't clear the ball over the net, and I just happened to hit it right into my defender. So I need to finish those chances, but like I said, inches.
Even game. Heading into the locker room at halftime, what was kind of the message that was coming out in the second half?
Just we were doing really well. Our press was working really well. We were locking them in, weighing the ball. And so, yeah, Coach Seb was just saying we just need to finish those chances. And that seriously was let us down, I think, today. And I'm a part of that problem as well. So we'll be going back to finishing.
This is obviously uncharted territory for you guys. Last time you guys lost at home was August of 2023. It just happens to be against Washington again. How do you kind of take this feeling that you guys have now as you kind of go out the rest of the season?
We're just really disappointed. We take pride in ourselves for making this a fortress here at Inter&Co Stadium. So, yeah, even when we lost in Challenge Cup to the PKs here, that was just not a feeling we wanted. And we vocalized that before the game. We do not want that feeling again. So us losing today against the Spirit, we have a lot of history with them. So I think it's just very disappointing results. That's all I can really say about it, but don't panic, everyone. We're really hungry for the next game already.
All right, everyone, we have Morgan Gautrat here. Morgan, just want to get your initial thoughts on the match.
Yeah, tough one. Obviously, we don't like to lose, and we haven't lost at home in a long, long time. But I think for us, we're still early on in the season. I thought the performance was there. I thought we dominated in all facets of the game, honestly, and I just felt like we didn't put one away, and we gave up one chance maybe, and I think that we were unfortunate in that. But for us, I think we move on. We learn from the loss, and it's still early on.
Awesome.
Morgan, I guess just kind of going off that one chance you gave up, how frustrating is it to have dominated the game but just let that one little slip up?
Yeah, it's really frustrating. I think, like you said, we dominated the game. So I think when you give up a goal that we could prevent by helping each other out and just communicating, and we just got to shore that up and clean that stuff up. But I think for us, we've been so good and haven't given up any goals like that. And I think mistakes happen, and it's just part of the game. I think for us, we can always be better in the final third and put our chances away. And I think we could have gotten at least a tie or a result tonight, even though we couldn't put our chances away. But like you said, we dominated and they got one chance. And I think also there's some positives to take away from that. They have a really good team and a good attack and great quality. And I think that we limited them tonight.
Kind of going off of that, you mentioned how the team dominated throughout the game. As you get to halftime and early in the second half, and it's still scoreless. Can you talk about the mindset of the team when you're seeing kind of those chances go by?
Yeah, I think in this league, especially, every half is so different. Teams make changes, especially when we had a really good performance the first half. I think they almost have to adjust to us. And so I think we always know that coming in after halftime and starting the second half. So for us, it's always important to start the second half strong. And I think that we did that. I think we got a little bit too lax and just maybe 5-10 minutes. And I think that makes a huge difference in this league because teams are good enough and the quality is good enough to punish you for that. And I think we have to have a better performance for full 90 minutes.
All right, we'll go to Theo on the Zoom.
Hi, Morgan. Unlucky today. I was wondering if you could just talk me through. I understand you haven't really had time to review the goal, Monday's goal, but talk me through kind of what it was like defending the Spirit press today and what you were saying to your teammates, or what Seb was saying to you about, possessing the ball near your goal. What were the kind of conversations you were having during the game?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't really
Can you repeat that, Leo or Theo?
Sorry, Morgan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Just what conversations were you having amongst yourselves, or was Seb giving you instructions in terms of possessing the ball close to your goal? I was just wondering what the tactic for withstanding the Spirit press was. Obviously, the goal comes quite late, but comes from a high turnover. So what was the kind of messages during the game for withstanding high pressure from Washington?
Yeah, I think for us, we want to play out of the back, and I think it's all about finding the open player because obviously when a team presses the way that they do, you put yourself under pressure. And I think for us, it was just, and sometimes when they press well, sometimes you just have to clear it. And I think for us, we got a little bit caught in between who was even dropping to help Anna in the moment. And then obviously I think we could play out of it, but we also probably got in a little bit of trouble. So I think for us, it was just finding the right open player. And then at times when you're playing out of the back and a press is good, sometimes you just have to bypass the press. And I think sometimes after that we did that and we went a little bit longer and then got underneath. And I think it's just all about decision making and obviously helping our teammates out, especially when you're under pressure like that.
Good, Austin.
Morgan, just playing through, trying to find those lines in the attack. They were playing a bit of a high line, also with Aubrey playing a bit higher up and kind of disrupting some of those balls over top. How tough was that just to kind of manage some of those counterattacks and try and find Barbra up top with them playing that way?
Yeah, I think, everyone respects Barbra's speed and just her ability to get in behind. And I think teams know that and have to change to play against us. And I think for us, we're trying to add more layers to our game in order to not just rely on that, but also be able to play around and through teams. And I think today, honestly, I felt like we created a lot of chances. I thought we were lethal. I thought we were good in every phase of the game and just had a few lapses, which is the difference. And for us, I think it was a great performance, honestly, and a step above what we've done. And I just thought we were unfortunate to not get the result.
Colin?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions. First, like you said, you guys dominated this game but just couldn't get it. If there was one thing you could do differently in this game, what would it be?
Put our chances away.
The second thing, you guys have seen the Spirit over and over again, but there was something of a surprise today. That was a gift Monday. She's just joined them. It's only her second game. Was there anything she did that surprised you, or was it? Did she show up in your scouting report?
Yeah, for sure she did, and she's a player that is newer to the league, so a lot of us aren't as familiar with her as some others. But yeah, I think that she was dangerous when they had the ball, and obviously you have to respect that she can get in behind as well. And I thought she's an aerial presence, so we had to definitely focus on her in that regard.
All right, Coach. Obviously, tough loss, first loss of the season. Just your initial thoughts on how the team played and how the match went.
I think 99% of the match we did well. I thought we played with a real intensity. I thought we put Washington under immense pressure, and obviously we need to capitalise on those moments. And the frustration is, when you dominate a game to not get anything out of it, we shouldn't put ourselves in that position. So obviously bitterly disappointed with the result. I thought the performance was good, but we have to move on.
Awesome.
Seb, I guess just it's been a while since mistake has led to a result, I guess. How do you kind of take this into a learning moment for the team heading forward?
You can't be complacent. You know, we had a few warning signs in the first half where there was an element of complacency. Ultimately, we didn't get punished. We spoke about it, and we can't allow teams like Washington to get any opportunities or incentives that they can get something out of this game. And ultimately, it's come down to that one moment.
Washington was playing very narrow against you guys, kind of forcing you out wide and taking away some of those angles in the middle. Just how did you kind of adapt over the course of the game, especially heading into halftime, of just trying to take those spaces going forward?
You know, I think we still created some decent opportunities in that first half. Sometimes it was in transition, sometimes it was in those wide spaces and trying to get in through the middle. Towards the second half, obviously, after going a goal down, we wanted to put the pressure on. And, you know, playing Priska and Barbara as 2 9s and pushing Marta out wide and bringing Carson on for delivery into the box. You know, with Carson's left foot, she delivers a really good cross, and obviously Marta on that right hand side, that in swinging cross, and we did do that. We just couldn't get on the end of it.
Because going back to the goal that was called off, what did the referee say to you about?
I mean, I can't comment on that. Like,